I'm Valerie Hanks with UAB's Arts and Medicine. I have an instructional video for today's session. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. For today's session, you'll need water, watercolor paints, a brush, a marker, and paper towel. We will be using watercolor and marker to illustrate seed to full bloom. Think about your own life and your potential and the stages of growth that you're in. And just like a seed, we can all imagine our lives in full bloom. Be patient, it takes time to grow. So what I'd like you to do is to start off by writing the phrase at the top, I can live life in full bloom. Things are much more possible if you can go ahead and imagine them. I can live life in full bloom. Okay, then come across and we're going to go ahead and create a rectangle, and this will be the area that we put our illustrations of our seeds all the way to full bloom. Go ahead and divide this in half here, and then come across and we're going to create 6 squares total. Now, grab your brush, get some paint on it, and we're going to go for the brown. And we're just going to do a very light wash on the bottom portion of these 6 squares. Think about your own life and the things that provide your foundation as you're painting this. So bring this on down. Again, just a very light wash. You can go back and grab some of your brown. Get some more water. Trying to keep it a light brown color so we can paint our seeds and roots. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, we're thinking about our own lives. Think about the things that provide you with your foundation. Maybe family, friends, your faith. Okay, do the same thing with the bottom squares. Come across the center. Go ahead and bring your water over, pull it on down. Wonderful thing about watercolor paints, they are very forgiving. Use some more water, a little more brown. Fill in these squares just to show this is the ground area. Okay, so when you finish that, we want to make sure this is dry. So go ahead and put your paintbrush down, take your paper towel, take a little portion of it, and just blot it. Make sure it's dry. It will soak up any excess water. Okay? And put your paper towel back so you can be able to use it to get the extra water off of your paintbrush. Now, next, I'm going to take my marker and draw a seed here in my first painting. And I'm going to go ahead and draw the seed in the second one below the ground. But in this one, I'm going to go ahead and draw some roots coming down. Okay, go ahead and color in the seed with your marker. And this will give a chance for the brown to dry. Then over here, your seed will have already begun to turn into a plant. So you'll have your stem and your roots will be reaching out further and deeper and grounding themselves into the dirt. However many you want on there. Okay, then take your paintbrush. We're going to wet some of the green here, and I want you to give just a little bit of the plant coming up out of the ground here, just enough to show that it's starting to grow. Okay, then you can put your paintbrush back down. I've still got the green on there, that's okay. I'm going to come on down here to my next square and I'll draw the roots, and I'm going to make it a little thicker and a little deeper on the root system. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just indicating the roots from the plant, and this will be a little thicker here. We're going to do the same thing across each of the bottom three. Try to make them similar. You can add a few more of the roots growing here. And then you have it in your last one coming down. The roots. Think about, again, the things in your own life that provide your foundation and give you your grounding. And the thought of strengthening those in order to have better growth. So then you'll take your paintbrush again. It still has some green on it, and dip it a little bit in the water. We're going to go ahead and come up and create more growth on this plant. So you can go ahead and make some leaves. However you need to illustrate them is fine. Leaves don't have to be perfect. Okay, then I want you to dip a little bit in the water, get some more green, and we're going to come on up taller with this plant. A few more leaves. Dip a little more in the green. So you can see it's really growing. And then at the top, go ahead and give you a base for where our flower will go. Okay? And then in the last one, you're basically going to repeat what you just did. You can add some more leaves out further. Go ahead and get you some more green. Again, add more leaves. Your plant is really growing. It's being watered. It's got a good foundation. And then we will put our flower on the top. So rinse out your paintbrush and go ahead and get your yellow, put some water in it, make it fluid, and this will be our flower. So you can just spread your yellow out in a circular sort of form, okay? Then we're going to rinse it out, and you'll go in here and get your orange. You don't want too much water. You're going to drop the orange right here in the center. And you can go out from there. It's tiny little strokes to indicate your flower. Okay? So as you look at this, try to reflect and think about what stage your life is at. Maybe are you just now at this stage where you're trying to figure out your foundations, trying to grow roots and establish some strength, or do you already have some of that and you're beginning to bloom? If we all can imagine that we can get to this place, we can begin to apply it to our own lives. I hope you've enjoyed today's session. I hope you have a great day.